Welcome, Aries, Taurus, moon sign people, to your Aries, Taurus new moon reading. This is your Lunar New Year, and the Great Mother Speaks Oracle deck is designed for the tool use, the healing tool. It is a healing tool to be used for mama drama trauma. Great Mother comes through this deck to speak to those most alienated and estranged from her love due to our birth mother experience. You want to check out your Lunar New Year video. This is your Lunar New Year with your new moon in Aries, Taurus. Great Mother came through for you, letting you know what's up for you over the next 12 months as it relates to healing mama drama trauma, condition in which the mother projects unhealed aspects of herself onto her child, causing emotional and or physical trauma. In cases where the mother is unable, unwilling, or unavailable to heal, loving detachment is required in order to release the triggers the condition causes, so we can love ourselves and our mothers despite the experience. For you, your new moon wishes might have to do with this issue of flexibility and building something new in your life and your reliability within yourself to the process. So the new moon wishes that I will post for you, and of course you can have up to 10 new moon wishes, okay? That really helps to focus the energy. And again, you have all these ones, all of this initiating energy. I will just suggest 5, and we'll see what happens for you in the full moon in terms of what's coming forward for you. If you align with some of these wishes, you will be happy to find that in the full moon reading that we do in about 2 weeks' time, how these things are coming to fruition for you. Now, Taurus is conjunct Uranus in Taurus at this time. So the moon is conjunct Uranus in the sign of Taurus, which means that there are sudden changes as it relates to how you're feeling, what your values are, what your principles are, what you understand to be what you want to achieve with regard to your personal life, but perhaps more specifically with regard to your work life, as Mars is in your 10th house in Aquarius. So we have the moon in your first house, Mercury in your first house, Uranus in your first house. So you're opening up this new moon with Sphinx energy. You're facing a challenge. And so that challenge might have to do with that Martian energy in Aquarius, really getting you to focus on your immediate group relationships, your clique, your perhaps even your public image. You are facing a challenge as it relates to how others see you, or that they in fact may not be seeing you at all, as we see Dorothy, who is the poster child of how to heal mama drama trauma in this card, speaking to Aunt M through the crystal ball as she awaits the Wicked Witch of the West return. And she's calling out to Aunt M, who does not hear her. So you are approaching this new moon with an awareness that you are not being heard. And this is causing you to call out to others, to express yourself to others, to kind of try to reel this in. And so there may be some issues around your personal identity with all of this first house energy. You know, how you define yourself, and maybe you are defining yourself in a new way. When Dorothy is in the castle, she's grown quite a bit along that yellow brick road, hasn't she? She's had to find her way through the dark forest and find her way to Oz's castle, and so she's grown quite a bit. And so maybe symbolically that is why Aunt M doesn't hear her. She's not that little girl, that timid little girl anymore. And so facing the challenge with the first quarter moon throat chakra is you speaking to people and perhaps them not hearing you. Your transformative opportunity, therefore, Aries, Taurus, Moon people, has to do with you defining yourself for yourself, as we see with the Mayan goddess Ixchel card. This is all about you being able to be clear about what your wants and your desires are. Now, this is transformative for you because with first house energy, We have come through an entire zodiac cycle from the 1st to the 12th house from a previous experience, and now we are back full circle at the 1st house. And so you've grown quite a bit with regard to your identity. You have gone to a different level in terms of how you see yourself in the world. And so with Mars there's really this push for you to express that, to self-recreate in a way that you want to recreate yourself. In this scene, we see the photograph that Professor Marvel pulls out of Dorothy's picnic basket as he gives her a reading. And so maybe people are not, again, reading you right, but you know what you know what you know. But Great Mother does not want you to overlook, and again, looking at the internal space that inspires our active solar energy, our sun sign personality. When we look at integrity, we're operating from a place of self-truth, what the truth is for us. Great Mother does not want you to overlook what the truth is for you now, even though it may be very different, just as it is for Dorothy in this scene to what it was before, and others may not hear you. That does not make it less valid. Integrity is the basis of clear and sincere intention. And so as you move forward into your lunar year, this new lunar year for you with your new moon and this Aries Taurus, Aries in the Sidereal, that soul astrology, that pioneering energy that is always downloading to you ways to move forward. It really is, again, with that Aries sign, the 1st zodiac house, really pushing you toward what is true for you. As you saw in your full moon reading in Scorpio, in the April 29th reading just 2 weeks ago, you were moving in a direction of emancipation, of liberating yourself from emotional wounds. And so Great Mother is encouraging you to stay very clear about that. And just as Dorothy took her broom from the castle after destroying the witch, although it was accidental, she did get her power back. The broom is that phallic symbol. And so she doesn't want you to overlook that what you've learned with regard to how your emotional wounds have occurred, with regard to your relationships to others, and how you are going to heal them moving forward, to speak that into the world. And so that is why integrity is very important, telling yourself the truth so that you have the clarity of intention to do so. In your shadow position is the awakening card. Now this did come up in your lunar new year reading, and so it's interesting to see that in your shadow position here, you are already in a space of really awakening to what the truth is for you. You just don't exactly know what that is now. Trust your gut. Trust your gut as you plant seeds moving forward during this new moon, Aries Taurus moon people, because when we awaken, Pele is the Hawaiian goddess of volcanoes, and currently there are volcanoes erupting in Hawaii. And so what we want to be aware of is that the truth is within, and it will erupt and it will come out in the most inappropriate, inconvenient times if we don't acknowledge it first. So that's showing us in the shadow position, there is some truth coming up for you. There is some emotional clarity coming up for you that you may not want to acknowledge at this time. But that's why Great Mother is encouraging you to take your power back, to speak your power, because you don't want that internal truth that is awakening within you, Aries Taurus moon people, to do so in inappropriate and inconvenient times. We cannot hold the truth back, no matter how inconvenient it may seem. It is a part of our growth process. What you're dancing with is the need to take care of yourself, and so you're not quite there yet, but you're getting there. You're thinking about it. It's in your internal space. Your truth has told you that it's time for you to do that, and the encouragement of Great Mother to focus on yourself is buoying you, is supporting you toward that space. And so you're dancing with that idea. Okay, so how am I going to do it? Now, this is not a tremendous challenge for Aries Taurus moon people. Taurus in the tropical, that ego sign, that feeling body sign of Taurus, you know all about pleasure and what feels feels good and what feels right for you. What we're talking about is being in the emotional space where you can actually use that Aries soul energy to focus on you, to reground yourself, so to speak, in the full moon light of what you need at this particular time, of perhaps feeling some dejection, feeling some rejection, or feeling misunderstood. So Great Mother is letting you know that she's aware that you are aware that you do need some radical self-care, some form of time and space away from this situation that is not allowing you to face your own truth. You know, we need time and space to do that. You've heard me, perhaps if you're a subscriber, talk about loving detachment. Loving detachment is analogous with the yellow brick road. It is the time and space that we need to emotionally and or physically detach from our mothers with love, so that we can regain or gain for the first time a sense of self-love and compassion, so that we diffuse the emotional triggers around our relationships, so that we can love ourselves and our mothers without condition. What needs to be let go of is the fear in doing that. There is a tremendous fear to reground yourself and to decide with the first quarter moon energy to do so. Sing Somewhere Over the Rainbow, connect with your inner space, hum, sing a hymnal, a spiritual, something that takes you to that higher space. Maybe you dance it, maybe you draw it, maybe you write a poem about it. Whatever it is for you, Aries Taurus moon people, that energy of fear needs to be released from your body, mind, actively. This first house energy is such a strong energy. And then with Mars in your 10th house, what is 10 but 1? You have this very strong Aries Martian energy that is supporting you to do what needs to be done at this time during your lunar new moon. And so take advantage of it. Great Mother's coming through and she's saying use that energy to release those fears, but we cannot release them if we do not acknowledge the truth that they do exist. And so there are some, you know, it's some real apprehension about taking that power back. You know, what happened? What do they think of me? You know, they're reading me this way, and so, you know, I don't want to go too much out of bounds with what they want. But we see the Ankh here, which in the Great Mother Speaks Oracle deck symbolizes the second chakra, our wants, our desires. And the second chakra is ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter is in Libra, rather, in the Sidereal, and Scorpio in the Western right now. Scorpio is the opposing sign of Taurus, and the opposing sign of Aries in the Sidereal is Libra. So you have this opposing energy that is amplifying your need to project your wants and your needs in the world very clearly in this waxing gibbous moon phase. Revising, refining, editing. So you're shifting up your game. And so this is what is being acknowledged here. You're facing a challenge and you're shifting up your game based on what the truth is for you at this time. And you're getting some clarity about it. You're not quite sure what you want to embrace about it, but Great Mother's encouraging you to embrace all of the truth about it. And the biggest truth about it is that you do need to self-mother in order for you to truly own your power. You have to release the fears around self-mothering and facing the challenge that others aren't hearing you. It's not our job to make sure people know where we're coming from. That's not our job. Our job is to express, throat chakra, what that is, and to allow the love that appreciates us to come forward to us in the way that it needs to. Now, this is a mysterious, magical, and a very ephemeral process, which is why we talk about astrology in healing with Mama Drama Trauma. We are but stardust. And so all of the energy that is surrounding us in the materialized planetary celestial form is within us. And so as we work with these energies and get more in touch with the mystery and uncertainty of it, we find that in fact we are riding on the wave of these energies. And the wave for you is first house energy of identity, of who you see yourself to be at this time, and honoring that. Next new moon, it'll be about second house energy. But here we're talking about first house energy. Uranus is bringing you sudden awarenesses, and maybe that could cause some of my Taurus in the tropical moon people to feel some resistance. It's very difficult for Taurus people to make fast shifts. And so the issue has to do with not so much loyalty to others at this particular time, but being loyal to yourself in a way that serves you, not just because it's what's made you feel comfortable all this time, which is very clear by the fact that it may be challenging you to ground yourself to feel secure, safe, and comfortable in taking care and focusing and loving yourself. That may be new for you, and not because you can't appreciate it because you don't appreciate comfort, Taurus moon people, but because that's something new. That's a new approach, and you tend to be very methodical and very slow in how you integrate new things. And so Great Mother, again, is taking that into consideration. However, in order to facilitate this change, to owning your power, to care for yourself to such a degree that what people think and their perceptions of you is less than what you feel for yourself, not because there is an ego concern, but in fact there's an overriding soul need to reconnect with your true self. There's a difference. Adi Shakti is the Hindu primordial goddess of creation. This is what is going to facilitate you becoming more self-loving and self-caring. This is the scene of the Twister dream, when Dorothy's path was completely derailed when she tried to return home. Okay? After she ran away and she was guilted into returning home, she was derailed in returning home by the Twister dream and sent on to Munchkin Land, then to the Yellow Brick Road. This is what is going to help you. Second chakra issue again. Focusing on your true wants and your needs is going to allow you to download in your waking and dream states exactly what it is and where it is you need to be to integrate your integrity into your life in a way that works for you. It will be a journey for you. In fact, this is directly related to your lunar New Year reading process for you. And this is exactly what Great Mother said in that. This primordial mother energy is going to download to you over the next 12 months because it is a process for you, Aries, Taurus, Moon people, to integrate this new way of being, that you are going to get every piece of knowledge, of wisdom, of balance, of clarity, and confirmation that you need to become self-loving to the degree that what others need, what they want, and their perceptions of you are not so much less important, but that they are appropriately, shall we say, considered in relationship to your soul needs. Okay, that's why we talk about the Western and the Sidereal. The Western astrology moon sign is about how we feel. The Sidereal moon sign is about what we are intuiting, what we know, how we really feel. On the surface, we may feel that we don't have what it takes to break the cycle of mama drama trauma. But on a soul level, we know that we must. We feel on a soul level, we intuit that we must break the cycle of mama drama trauma in order to live happy, healthy, and full lives. The outcome for you this new moon has to do with the energy of androgyne, that primordial yin-yang energy that is about us really being able to accept the yin and the yang of life experience. This is a very yin-yang process for you. Again, some inflexibility and a great deal of openness considering the integrity. A lot of reevaluation of where you are based on where you want to be, and perhaps some uncertainty about it. The law of destiny and free will is in fact about speaking the truth of who you are into existence, that yang energy, that Aries Martian energy, that 10th house, what your life purpose is. Your life purpose is to align yourself with your higher truth, to heal mama drama trauma. And what is that higher truth? That we are here to learn self-love and spiritual independence. Spiritual independence is about holding that wand, holding that broom, holding that power in our lives up so that we can create who and what we came here to be based on our unique cosmic calculus, which is what you have in spades, Aries, Taurus, Moon people. Thank you so much for watching, sharing, and liking. But above all and most of all, remember, Great Mother loves you, and I do too. For more information about Mama Drama Trauma, visit mamadramatrauma.info.